evening and welcome to your Monday, September 2, 2024 edition of the Evening News. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. 2 years after destruction by fire, St. George's Secondary reopens as first of its kind School of Sciences. Largest seizure of cocaine worth over 40 billion. Destroyed after discovery in Guyana's jungle. 7,000 delegates already confirmed for Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo 2025. EPA working with Lyndon Town Council to identify new site for landfill, says Mayor. And ESSEQUIBO Coast businessman shot dead during foiled home invasion. Now for the news in detail. Some 2 years after the original institution was destroyed by fire, the St. George's Secondary School was today reopened as a first-of-its-kind School of Sciences. Michael Henry has our lead story tonight.
We have a brand new school that could hold 300 and some children. We're only putting in 80-something, your kids. We had a choice where we could have brought in second formers and third formers. And I made a hard decision in a time when we need space for high school. And I said no. Because they already have their ways and they might infect my first formers. So we're gonna begin as we intend to go on.
That was Education Minister Priya Manichan on Monday delivering remarks at the opening of the brand new state-of-the-art St. George's School of Sciences, emphasizing that the new institution was developed with the clear intent of being a prestigious facility. In July 2022, the former St. George's High School was destroyed by fire that was electrical nature. The school was rebuilt to the tune of $253.8 million. The new school, however, is called the St. George's School of Sciences and will be twinned with Queen's College, one of Guyana's top secondary schools. In fact, the minister explained that the students attending the new school should have scored at least 80% in English, 65% in science, and 60% in mathematics to be eligible for the school. Already, some 85 students have been enrolled. Topping it off, the minister revealed that each student will be walking home with brand new laptops.
This thing you sit down and you watch the blackboard and you write out all these notes and then you carry it home and nobody can read it. We don't want that anymore. Every child in this school is going to be given a device today, a computer device. It is because I want them to learn differently. I don't want them to sit down a whole half day and copy notes. I want the notes to be sent to their device, and I hope the teachers are hearing me, so that they could read it the night before.
Moreover, the minister said there are a set of specific rules that must be enforced and followed for students to continue learning there. For instance, she said once a child is late or absent, their parents will immediately get a notification. Minister Manichan also said each child must be exposed to at least one musical instrument, a sport, one foreign language, and one TVET subject along with volunteering opportunities. Meanwhile, the Education Minister expressed hope that this newly opened school, with its vast array of modernity, will produce doctors and various medical practitioners. I am Michael Henry, reporting for the Evening News.
Described as the largest seizure of cocaine on land in Guyana, a joint operation involving international partners resulted in the discovery and destruction of over 40 billion worth of narcotics that were bound for transshipment to Europe. Michael Henry reports that so far, one suspect has been arrested.
This is, perhaps if I do recall, on land in Guyana, the largest seizure of cocaine.
Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben speaking to the media on Sunday as law enforcement officials were in the process of destroying more than 4 tons of cocaine, which were unearthed in several bunkers of an illegal airstrip near Matthews Ridge, Region 1, Barima Waini. The narcotics discovery was made the day prior during a joint operation involving the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit in collaboration with the Guyana Defense Force Special Forces Unit with support from the United States Drug Enforcement Agency. Law enforcement officials believe that the drugs were brought to Guyana from neighboring country or countries and were stored here until further transshipment to Europe. The drugs carried a street value of some $40 billion. Due to logistical challenges in transporting the bulky parcels, authorities destroyed majority of the narcotics at the site, only extracting a quantity to assist with the investigations. Minister Ben says this operation demonstrates the government's commitment to addressing transnational crimes.
It exemplifies and identifies that we have been working at this problem continuously, that we are aware of certain flights to certain places, illegal. We've been putting in the government with this, and of course, with the energy and interest of President Irfan Ali, we've been putting in much resources and persons into getting on top of this situation. Emphasize again that Guyana is a victim of this illegal type of and nefarious activity. We don't produce cocaine, we don't transit it, we don't make the guns, which you see a couple here behind me, a couple rifles, and the important thing of the drug trafficking is associated with the other elements of transnational organized crime. Money laundering, gun smuggling. Homicides are known and unsolvable in many instances. Leads a general decline in law and order in any environment where it takes over. We don't want to get to that place.
Meanwhile, Director of CANU, James Singh, noted that this was the second phase of an ongoing operation to identify illegal airstrips across the country and monitor them for possible illegal activities. Singh explained that when the Joint Services ranks first arrived in the area a few days ago, they observed several persons who escaped into the vast jungle. However, the ranks managed to apprehend one suspect who has since been taken into custody. The Home Affairs Minister has since sounded a warning to persons involved in these types of activities.
We want to warn those who are engaged in it to desist, because we will be coming after them. We want to advise people who in the areas, in the environment out here, may be aware that things are happening, but that don't want to say it, but they need to say it, to save our country, to improve our security, to save our societies.
Michelle Henry, The Evening News.
The 2025 edition of the Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo was officially launched today, and with the event 5 months away, at least 7,000 delegates are already scheduled to attend. Gerald Bryan tells us more.
The Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo will be held from February 18th to February 21st, 2025 at the Marriott Hotel in Georgetown. During the official launch on Monday, it was revealed by conference CEO Kiana Wilberg that there will be at least 7,000 delegates in attendance.
The fourth installment of this premier event will be held under the theme, Connecting the Dots, Integrating the Future. While the registration process is expected to be open soon, the event is already poised to attract at least 7,000 delegates, feature 180 plus booths, and host 70 plus distinguished speakers. Even prior to our launch today, I am pleased to share that we have 82 companies on board with over 100 booths sold. Our sponsors thus far include ExxonMobil Guyana, Technic FMC, Noble, Stena Drilling, Expro Guyana Inc., BK Group of Companies, and MECP Sales and Services.
Alistair Routledge, president of ExxonMobil Guyana, the title sponsor for the conference, lauded the continued growth in the event. The theme for the conference is Connecting the Dots, Integrating the Future, and according to Routledge, it is in line with his company's efforts.
We're excited to be that sponsor again for the title sponsor for 2025. We look forward to the engagement that we anticipate will be even healthier than in prior years, and to exploring the theme of connecting the dots and integrating the future, which is very consistent with the way ExxonMobil is looking at the future and the challenges that we all face in continuing to deliver affordable energy, reliable energy supplies for development of society, but doing it in a way which is more and more sustainable for the future.
The conference will be implementing several technological measures to improve user experience, including a new conference app and a news and podcast app. Eldon Marks, the founder of V75 Inc., which is partnering with the conference on AI solutions, spoke of the contributions his company has made.
Now, we're proud to announce that we're working with the Guyana Energy Conference in terms of building this technological future that will power the conference as years go by. So the unveiling is really the culmination of months of hard work from our engineers at V75 Inc. It's also a lot of hard work with regards to our cybersecurity partners at Privateer Cybersecurity. And we've also worked in lockstep with the GEC team since day one.
For the 2025 conference, several critical topics will be examined, including the role of women in energy and the importance of breaking barriers. Strategies for diversification, climate resilience, and local content development will also be discussed. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael joins us now to report that some 300 families of Leeds Village in Region 6 will soon begin the process of getting certificates of title for lands they have occupied for decades, dating back to the abolition of slavery. Here is this story.
The Ministry of Legal Affairs and the Guyana Lands and Survey Commission, GLSC, on Saturday held a land regularization exercise at Leeds, number 51 Village in Region 6. Land surveyors will begin conducting occupational surveys this week. The process, which involves verifying land boundaries and resolving any disputes, is expected to take approximately 90 days. However, some residents have expressed concern over the use of land titles as proposed to transport. But Attorney General Anil Nandlal explained that the government is moving away from the transport system and is adopting the land title system of ownership. Against this backdrop, the AG said a certificate of title is stronger and more secure for legal ownership.
The title itself is a document that is of greater strength, legal strength, than the transport. The title itself has many characteristics which the transport as a title doesn't have. The title is a stronger form of ownership. A title, for example, can only be set aside by fraud. If anyone squats on your title land, at any time, you can go and raise your title and they have to remove, even if they have gone to a land court judge to say, look, I have acquired prescriptive title by the longevity of my occupation. The law says that once you raise that title in your hand before the court must dismiss that application for prescriptive title.
According to the Attorney General, those who are able to obtain land transports for the land will have to surrender those transports when they are being issued with their land titles. Meanwhile, Leeds Village was bought by 3 ex-slaves upon the abolition of slavery decades ago. The village was divided into 57 shares, with one being designated as communal land, with the Leeds Primary School, the health center, and a church occupying a part of it. The remainder of the communal land is earmarked for a cemetery. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Coming up, government actively working to strengthen parliamentary institutions, says Prime Minister Phillips, and CSOS's monthly stipend adjusted to $40,000 as government commits to indigenous development. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Transitions Light Intelligent Lenses. Pick your color. Choose your style. Available at Optique Vision Care.
Introducing Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, your exclusive dealer for XCMG and Cinetruck. Only 20% down payment on all HO-Oh Cinetrucks and 30% down payment on all XCMG with 6 to 24 months financing available. The only authorized dealer of XCMG and Cinetruck in Guyana. Various sizes in motor graders to excavators, compactors to skid steers, and wheel loaders. Not forgetting our amphibious. We have a wide selection of XCMG machinery to meet your needs. Explore our range of Cinetruck dumpers, including 8x4 twin steer, all-terrain 6x6, 6x4 models, and more. Plus, check out our cement mixers in 8x4 and 6x4 configurations. Drop by our various showrooms located at East Bank, Land of Canaan, Eccles, our head office in Georgetown, Ogle, and in Berbice, Chester, and Bushlot. Only 20% down payment on all HO-Oh Cinetrucks and 30% down payment on all XCMG with 6 to 24 months financing available. Contact us on 225-8255, 232-0633, 233-3101, or 328-2802. Jumbo.
In today's tough driving conditions, every engine faces 3 powerful enemies: engine heat, pollutants, and frequent short trips. Each factor is a direct cause of engine sludge, a buildup of dirt that can block vital oilways. This triple threat demands triple protection. Castrol GTX's Triple Protect Power is engineered to fight these 3 main causes of engine sludge.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. A 61-year-old businessman was this morning shot dead during a failed home invasion at his Adventure ESSEQUIBO Coast Region 2 residence. Ganaraj Basmat was shot through a bathroom window by bandits who were spotted outside on the roof of a shed attached to the house. The man and his 47-year-old wife and their adult daughter lived in the upper flat of a 2-story building. The bottom flat was being rented out to a Chinese restaurant. The wife told investigators that she and her husband were awakened by a noise, which resulted in the businessman venturing into the hallway of the house while she stayed in bed. The woman said she later heard 4 gunshots and then someone shouting "thief," and as such she rushed outside to investigate. However, the woman found her husband in the washroom area, lying in a pool of blood with a wound to his chest. The man was rushed to the Suddy Hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The Evening News understands that the investigations so far revealed that the businessman was shot through the Louvre window in the washroom area. It is suspected that the gunman was standing outside on the roof of a shed attached to the house. After the shooting, the perpetrators abandoned their plan to invade the home. Recognizing the importance of parliamentary institutions in shaping modern societies, the Guyana government is actively working to strengthen them to embrace the core tenets of democracy, including transparency, accountability, inclusivity, and the rule of law. Trishelle Sobers has the details in this report.
Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips made these remarks on Monday during the opening of the 46th Conference of the Caribbean, the Americas, and Atlantic region of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association being held here from September 1 to 7. During his address, PM Phillips highlighted that parliamentary institutions play a crucial role in representing the voice of citizens, ensuring their diverse perspectives are debated and that laws are enacted to advance the public good. He noted that it is with this in mind that the government continues to strengthen Guyana's legislative processes to advance scrutiny, foster a culture of bipartisanship, and work tirelessly to enhance the transparency and accessibility of parliamentary proceedings.
Our experience has taught us that democracy is not a static achievement, but a continuous process that requires vigilance, adaptability, and most importantly, participation. It is this spirit of continuous improvement that guides us as we seek to strengthen our parliamentary institutions and ensure that they remain robust, inclusive, and responsive to the needs of our citizens.
Meanwhile, on the regional and international front, President Dr. Irfaan Ali disclosed that Guyana is working to increase dialogue and democracy among leaders in the Caribbean, Latin America, and wider hemisphere. During his address to the gathering, the Guyanese leader highlighted the need to better equip parliaments to resist threats and guard against erosions that are detrimental to democratic norms and values. On this point, he explained that democracy must stop being a subject for lectures and must now be embedded in all aspects of societal life and national architectures to safeguard against threats to territorial sovereignty, climate change, and the disadvantages of artificial intelligence, also known as AI.
AI is going to be a critical challenge for democracy because democracy is built on a foundation of trust. It is built on a foundation of facts. How are we adjusting our parliamentary system to fact check? To ensure that AI does not take over our parliamentary system and we become a source of misinformation in countries and society. Democracy is not political commitment. Democracy is not confined to a political definition. Democracy is that engine that drives development, the shield that protects human dignity, and the framework that enables society to thrive. When democracy flourishes, so too does economic development. When the rights of the people are upheld, when their voices are heard, and when their representatives act in their best interests, nations are empowered to reach their full potential.
Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
The monthly stipend for the community service officers across the country will be increased to $40,000. Trishelle Sobers joins us again to report that this announcement, made by President Dr. Irfaan Ali during his address on Sunday at the Amerindian Cultural Extravaganza 2024, held in the National Park, Georgetown.
The move to increase the monthly stipend for community service officers, CSOs, will see them receiving an additional $10,000, which means they are now on par with the part-time workers employed by the government. Taking a step further, President Dr. Irfaan Ali also announced that senior counselors who are community workers and community development council leaders will now also earn $40,000. According to the head of state, the initiative will bridge the gap between the hinterland and coastland by reinforcing the government's policy for equal treatment and opportunities for all Guyanese.
This will release tens of millions of dollars, again, additional money into the community, but more importantly, it will let these leaders know that we value their service, that we recognize their service, that we acknowledge their service. As we move forward, I want to assure our indigenous brothers and sisters that the plan of your government, the People's Progressive Party civic government, is to ensure that we build prosperity in every home. And this prosperity that we want to build must also be built in your homes, in your communities.
The Community Service Officers Program was reinstated by the government in 2020, employing nearly 2,700 indigenous youths and injecting over $1.2 billion annually into the economy. The program, which was first introduced under the former PPPC administration, was scrapped by the APNU-AFC government, which was in power from 2015 to 2020. Meanwhile, President Ali noted that overall, government has expended more than $60 billion to execute various transformative and innovative projects in the hinterland. He highlighted that these investments are now reflecting in the various disciplines and reaffirmed that the government would keep executing the necessary actions to improve the indigenous people's quality of life.
Today, we have Amerindian doctors. We have more Amerindian brothers and sisters doing medicine, doing engineering, teaching, medics. And when I was in one of the villages recently, the two shows said, Mr. President, I did hear you say pilots and aeronautic engineers, and I said yes, we are going to bring those who are interested and we will provide the training because we want you to be in every field.
Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
In an effort to better manage the municipal's waste, the Town Council of Lyndon is working with the Environmental Protection Agency to scope out a new area to establish a landfill. Find out more in this Kelroy Williams report.
I'm going to dump garbage still up there. No, they close off. The garbage dumping all along the road. All along the Blue Lake Road now.
A video taken by a concerned citizen showing the current state of the Karakar dump site, which is situated in close proximity to the Lyndon Blue Lake. The Lyndon Blue Lakes is one of the region's largest tourist attraction, but the garbage situation is a major challenge. In fact, because of the close proximity of the current dump site, garbage often lines the access road leading to the tourism hotspot. It was reported a few years ago that the dump site is at maximum capacity, resulting in persons using the access road to dump their garbage. In a telephone interview with the Evening News on Monday, Lyndon Mayor Sharma Solomon explains that the area should not have been designated as a dump site given its close proximity to the lake.
The first policy of this council is that those areas should not be designated dump sites.
On this point, the mayor highlighted that the town council has engaged the Environmental Protection Agency to identify a new area for a dump site.
We had picked up from where we found the last council, and the last council, their program in fact we had held so far we had 3 meetings to be staffed with the EPA because we have invited EPA on some other matters of the management. Even though we have a ministry and a minister, our assurances from the EPA based on the conversations we can have is just to have those 5 locations come down to one that we can agree to.
However, in the interim, the mayor revealed that a memorandum of understanding was signed with the bauxite company Bosai Limited to manage the waste at the area.
We have an arrangement with both sides. However, the management of the area and the working to see if we can have site security. Persons from the community dump garbage in the area to do stuff indiscriminately. So what both sides do for us is an MOU that we have with them at the store. Where they are for concessional and in such way that normally maintain the dump site for us.
Moreover, the mayor reveals that the town council has already eliminated several illegal dump sites within the region and is therefore pleading with citizens to keep the town clean. Kelroy Williams, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Tuesday, September 3, 2024 at 3 hours 45 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Burbisford Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 16 hours 55 on Tuesday, September 3, 2024, also for 1.5 hours.
Gold mining can be expensive if you don't have the right tools. Mining requires engines that can pump high volumes of water and slurry, the most tried and tested of which are Doots engines. Doots engines are among the most reliable in the world. Where can you get them? At your #1 industrial solutions provider, Sylvies. We have them in 2 to 6 cylinders, ranging from 23 horsepower to 80 horsepower. Most miners use Doots engines because they're lightweight, use less fuel, and require less maintenance because they are air-cooled. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvie's Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Did you know that when you leave your property unoccupied and unmanaged, it deteriorates much faster than you can imagine? Then before you know it, much of your hard-earned investment is wasted. At Hand in Hand Trust Corporation, property management is our business. Whether you travel for long periods, live overseas, or have several properties that require managing, let us at Hand in Hand Trust Corporation take care of this for you. Your property is safe with us. Hand in Hand Trust Corporation Incorporated, a member of the Hand in Hand Group